She do what she wanna do. Lower to the grave, tell you like it is to your face. She don't play. Every chick down for it all, know that she a boss. No competition, no loss. From the Midwest to the A, Autumn got you tuning in, no delay. Ooh, get you right every time. Keep you laughing on a dime. Tell you truth, no lies, so you can live your best life. Cover all topics, no limits. Got some for your mama and your children, no holding back. No gimmicks, coming on strong, get straight to business. Oh yeah. What she wanna do? Live life, live life, live life. What she wanna do? Live life, live life, live life. What she wanna do? Live life, live life, live life. What she wanna do? Live life, live life, live life, live life, live life.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Autumn, and I welcome you back to the Lit Life Podcast, where I encourage you to live your life autonomously. So, I am recording video for this again, and if y'all could see exactly how I have nigger rigged this standing up this camera because my tripod wouldn't do what I needed it to do, like I'm gonna have to get a different type of tripod for some of these like more close up videos or whatever. I don't know. I can't really explain it. Like the whole purpose of me getting a new camera, getting a camera was one, because I want to be able to take my own pictures, because like trying to, I don't know. I just felt the value. You know what I'm saying? I just felt like the value, it would be of a good value. And then I can learn how to like take my own pictures. And I'm not talking about just pictures of me, but just like pictures for like my cover art and stuff like that. So, I just want to be able to do my own shit. So anyway, it was that, and it was to record better video. So you guys know, like, I don't know of any laptop that has a really good like video camera. Like they're fuzzy or whatever. I don't know. I just didn't like the quality. So I decided to go ahead and invest in me a camera. Anyways, I have a tripod, and yeah, it works fine, but this is what I was trying to say. When I have more than one person over and I want to record with them, like this other camera is going to do a lot better than just a laptop camera. That's all I was trying to say. I'm not trying to, I ain't going to record it off my phone or no shit like that. I just want it to look and feel and be as professional as possible, even though like I'm doing some old like got a shirt on but I ain't got no pants on. And I mean, if you can't see that, but that's neither here nor there. So I don't really know where this episode is gonna go. I just know that actually for like the last couple of days I've been kind of eager to record it. And it's probably because, real talk, like I ain't seen my therapist in like literally a month of Sundays, and I've been scheduled for this appointment for like 2 months, and it's still not until the end of the month. So y'all just gonna have to deal with everything that's been going on. So first and foremost, I would like to say rest in peace to my little cousin. If you guys have listened to the episode, it was actually episode 6, and it was last year, 4th of July. My cousin was shot and killed, and it's been pretty tough. I'm trying not to cry, y'all, especially on camera, but it's funny because you never know how someone's death will affect you until it happens, right? And you think of like your normal, well, I don't want to say normal, but you think of like certain types of deaths, like parents, grandparents, or siblings, things like that. And never did I anticipate my cousin, who is much younger than me, maybe almost 20 years or 18 years younger than me. I don't know. I just didn't, I never would have thought that it would have affected me the way that it has. Like, I mean, I of course I was devastated. Um, and I think it was, I, I wanted it to be more so for his mom and dad and like my son, because he was like a brother. Him and my son were like brothers, and my niece, like, and that's not to say that I wasn't close to him either, because like he literally lived with me for months. He was more like a nephew. You know what I'm saying? Like, he called me Auntie. He was more like a nephew. um and I loved him dearly. I just don't, I don't know what I would have expected for something like this to have happened. So, but yeah, it's been a year. And in that year, and when I say affected me, let me just tell you guys, at just hindsight, like the other day I was driving, and this was probably, let me see, the 4th was on Saturday, so this was Friday. I'm driving and I literally just break down crying. Now, we all know that this date has been coming up, but I never really, again, with the anniversary of it coming up, I didn't know how things were gonna unfold. I didn't think that I was going to completely crumble the day before, but I had been leading up to it. So, but I had like, I'm break down crying in the car, and I pull over, and I'm thinking to myself, your life has kind of changed a little bit, actually a lot of it, since the death. One thing, y'all know I talk about it all the time. I was working out like 3-4 days a week, and when I look back on it, this particular incident is really what knocked me off my square. Like, I remember when I went home for the funeral, I went for a run. And so, like, Ohio is very flat land, right? Very, very flat. So I went home. I'm like, man, I'm about to knock this down. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm about to knock this run out. Like, it's about to be so simple. And I could barely, I could barely do it. Like, and it was like my body just felt tired and just heavy. And I feel like I've been dealing with this type of thing off and on since he's passed. Like nothing seems normal. It's like there was a shift or something in the universe. Like, nothing has been normal at all. And when I think about myself, here I go getting emotional. I'm sorry, y'all. When I think about myself, I try not to think about, again, myself. I know I've probably repeated myself like 4 times. I try not to think about myself, because I'm thinking about my son, and like, again, my son and my niece, they were like brother and sister, and it's just like, what can I do for them? Like, how can I be there for them? For whatever reason, they're the two that I think about the most. When I think about losing him and not being there, like, physically for them, has been very, very hard. Um, it's just been real whack. Like, I have not been myself. And my prayer is that I can somewhat get back to who where I was a year ago when it comes to just a lot of different things. The one thing that of course sticks out always is working out, because y'all know I'm obsessed with losing these last 20 pounds. But yeah, it's just been, it's been real whack. But I guess as time goes on, you know what I mean, I can try my best to I don't know. I don't want to say heal or feel better or any of that. Like I don't know. So anyways, rest in peace to him. We love you, we miss you. And that's that on that. So next thing, let me see. I'm looking at my little looking at my notebook. So I'm moving. Okay. So let me tell y'all about what's been going on in my house. So I've been living here in this townhouse for 3 yeah, it'd be 3 years. Well, it would have been 3 years at the end of this month. Actually, no, 3 years exactly. Um, I've been living in this townhouse for 3 years. When I first moved to Georgia, I was living in Lawrenceville for whatever reason. Really? I mean, like I was looking for places and like the type of place that I wanted, which was either like a duplex, twinplex, or townhome. It was just, they were just so hard to find. Like you just couldn't even like get one. But anyway, I ended up in Lawrenceville. And it was cool until it wasn't. And I was there for 2 years. And I started looking around, at other places, and came across this place in Marietta. And initially I really liked it. I was like, oh, this me. 2 bedroom, 3 bath, 2.5 bath. It's a little weird, and I think that a lot of places down here are kind of weird. And I say weird, maybe it's just different. But it's kind of weird to me, just the way that some of like the layouts are. And I noticed that these layouts are all kind of almost kind of the same in like these older townhouses, and then like in the newer townhouses or townhomes, whatever, however the fuck you want to say it. They're all kind of the same in those. But I got used to like the quirkiness, the weirdness. And when I moved in, yeah, I walked around and I looked, you just don't know what you're getting into until you move into somewhere, right? You just don't know. So over the past 3 years, I've had several issues, but I think the number one issue is when I first moved here. Well, maybe about 6 months after being here, I noticed that when I walk in the door, like if you're walking towards the door and you look up and you kind of see like the ledge, whatever you want to call it, around the house that kind of goes around the roof or whatever. I noticed there was a little bitty. It was probably about, I don't know. It was like very small hole up there. I didn't think anything of it. And then, but as time went on, I started hearing stuff in the attic. Like I'm like, what is that? So first thought, very, very, very first thought was that it was a raccoon, because my sister back home had like a whole ass family of raccoons in their living in their attic. And eventually those raccoons scratched through the damn ceiling and like ran through the house. So if you know me, you know that I'm not scared of a human, but I'm scared of a rodent. Like I'm not dealing. There was a frog in the house a few months ago. PJ saved me. That's all I'm saying. Like, I freaked out about this damn frog that was in the house. So that being said, I'm not okay with like creatures and shit. So I called the landlord. I'm like, hey, bro, look, something upstairs, something is up in the attic. I don't know what it is. Something is up there. Of course, like, oh, okay, I'll look at it. I think the one time he did look at it, it was like he just kind of blew it off, which is basically what he always did. Like anytime I told him that there was something wrong, unless it was like major, like super major, like, you know, unless it was like the last resort, you know what I'm saying? Like, he just wouldn't even take me seriously, or he would come over here and try to educate me on some shit. Um, I'll tell y'all because I had to tell y'all about the air conditioner, but I'll go back to that in a minute. So, anyways, long story short, because the story already long. These squirrels, they were squirrels, and I found out that they were squirrels because I came home one day and got out my car and was walking up to the damn door, and the damn squirrel looked down on me like, "Oh, you here today?" Like, I'm like, nigga, I live here. Like, I literally feel like in my head I'm having a conversation with this squirrel. But they keep me up all night, everything. So, anyways, like, the hole is like super big. When every time they get a chance, you know, I don't know, what is it, like fiberglass or something that's up there? Like, they're like scratching all of the fiberglass down, like the little cotton looking stuff. I think it's fiberglass. I don't know. It's all in the front of my door. I won't even sweep it up because I'm like, I'm not doing that anymore. There was a small dark spot in my closet, and I'm like, is that mold? Like, what is that? Like, but I wouldn't, you know, because I'm scary. I ain't get close enough to it to see. But the spot started growing. And then I started seeing just spots, random spots, not dark spots, but what looks like to me urine or you know, water, whatever, you know, spots just up on the ceiling. And I'm like, but it's all because these squirrels have been in the ceiling, in the attic, running around, tearing shit. And it's definitely, when there's one up there, there's at least three. It's got to be at least, I would say two, maybe two or three. And PJ goes crazy. She hates hearing the sounds. Anyways, he really didn't care about any of that. He didn't care. Like, this whole time, I have told him, I don't know how many times, y'all should see this big ass hole in the front of ask me for a picture. If you hear this and you want to see, because I done took pictures, y'all should see this shit. It's ridiculous. The mold, the little bitty thing of mold, it has grown. It's huge. It's probably the size of like 2 footballs. That's probably why I be having these headaches and shit. You know what I'm saying? So then the second thing was the air conditioning. So I have central air. The unit is very old, both because he owns, it's 2 of us in this little thing, and he owns both of them, and they both have the same air conditioning unit that's been here since the place was built, probably whenever early 80s probably. Which would not be a problem if you would just make updates. But anyways, I noticed about, actually, I'll probably stay like a year in, because I moved here in the summer. So I didn't really, I don't know. I don't think it was as bad. So, but when the summer came around again, I'm like, why is it so warm upstairs? And I know heat rises, blase splay. I don't want to hear that. If a place has central air, if there's going to be a little bit of a temperature difference between upstairs and downstairs, that's different. But to the point where I felt like I needed an air conditioner, that's not cool. That's not cool. So I'm telling this man, I'm like, look, the air It's not, I mean, like I could feel it a little bit upstairs if I'm like directly up underneath it, but it's stuffy, very, very stuffy upstairs. I can't do this. Like, can you come and take a look at it? Like, what can you do? So he's like, okay. So he comes over here. He changed the filter, I think. And then like, so my chair, there's like where the filter, where he takes the little thing off to put the filter in there. I have a chair right there, but the chair is not up against the wall because I know better. It's like that circulation vent thingy. Like doesn't no air comes out of it, but it needs to be free from, anything. And he always say, "Oh, you need to make sure that your chair is not covered." It's not. You see, it's not. Like it's every time I would tell him something about something, it's like he just had to like come back and educate me on something, like it's my fault. But anyways, do y'all know this man, after I complained about it probably the third time that summer, did he bring me a tower fan? And it's one of them cheap ones too. Like it don't even like, I mean, you feel it, but not for real. Like it's one of them fans that'll be in somebody's office. Like it's literally like, bro, did you really just bring me a fan? When he brought the fan, he was like, oh, I'll bring. He said, I have a fan down at the other unit. I'll bring it down here until we can take a better look or whatever the hell he said. So that summer went by, and I was hot. Okay, so this summer I'm like, okay. I had told myself, I'm like, I think I'm gonna stay here one more year. Like even dealing with all the shit that's going on, because like I ain't even got into the fact that I ain't even about to get into all the other shit. These are the two major things. The other major thing is the leak. Like one of my bathtubs, actually both of the bathtub leaks. Like haven't even taken a bath. I take showers. I don't sit in the bathtub. I don't even know where the leaks are coming from. They have to be in the wall. But one of them leaked into like the light fixture downstairs in the kitchen. Y'all listen, I called this man, told him about that. He came over here. Okay, we're gonna look at this and this. I ain't seen him since. That was like probably 2 months ago. So I guess that is a big deal. But anyway, back to the air conditioning. I What happened? Oh, Friday. Brandy was over here. No, was Brandy over here Friday? No, what was I doing? Oh, I was on chatting with my homegirls, Tamara and J Bug. And J Bug went to bed, and me and Tamara still talking on Duo or whatever, Google Duo video or whatever. And I told her, I'm like, damn, it is then got hot in here. Like, why is it? I was downstairs. I wasn't even upstairs. I'm like, because it be hot up here. And I'm like, why is it so hot? Like I said it like 4 times. Let me get up and look at and the air just kept running, and which had been a problem because I had told him, I'm like, the air conditioning keeps running, but it never reaches the temperature. Like I only had it set at like 74. I would only have it set at like 74 because it never would go below like 75 for real. So I'm like, let me go over here and look. Now, mind you, I bought an air conditioner because that's what I was saying in the first place. I said, I'm going to stay here another year. I'll get an air conditioner for my bedroom so that at least that I'm comfortable in there. And then, maybe it'll cool off the upstairs and I'll still be able to sit in my office, studio, whatever y'all want to call it. So I did that. Thank God. Friday, I go to the thermostat. I'm like, why do it say it's 78 in here? Like this thing keep running, and then it went up to 79 right when I'm looking at it. I'm like, nigga, what is going on? So I turned it off and I came upstairs and I just turned the air on upstairs. And I'm thinking, okay, maybe something happened where it overheated or it froze over, because it would freeze over all the time. And the way that I would know this is it would turn off, or I would turn it off, and you would hear all of the frost and ice like crackling down like in about half hour after it starts melting. So I know y'all, this is just crazy as hell. So come upstairs. So the next day, when I looked at the thermostat, it was at like 73. But that's because I had my air conditioner running all night upstairs. Like it literally cooled off the whole upstairs. So it made it feel decent downstairs. Just crazy. I turned it on before I left. Like I turned off my air conditioner in the window and turned on the air before I left and did, well, I can't even remember what I did, but I went, ran some errands or whatever and came back. Y'all, when I came back, why was it again damn near 80 degrees in the house? I said, okay, something ain't working. So I emailed because I didn't want to text him or nothing like that. I wanted to, send it directly. And his daughter basically manages the email. By the way, this man is like old. He's like probably close to 80. Very nice guy, horrible landlord, right? So he's like, so she I email her like, hey, this ain't, nothing is working. And by this time, like I said, guys, I'm moving. I gave them notice, 30 days ago, and I put the reasons why, which I didn't have to, but I just felt like it. I put like a few of the reasons why I was moving, and this was one of them. Like it's hot at night upstairs. Like I shouldn't have to go through this. Like I pay enough money in rent. Can you just at least fix some shit? So she emails me back and was like, okay, he'll be over tomorrow, or she emailed me back the next day. So that was Saturday. So that was Sunday. She emailed me back, oh, he can come over today, whatever, we take a look at it. So he comes to the house, y'all. Here he go, want to be, oh, you need to look at it. No, I don't need to look at shit. I'm about to move. All I know is I need to make sure that it's comfortable in this house until I leave. Like until the days that I pay for, I need it to be cool in here. I don't come here to, saying no stupid shit. So do y'all know? And this the part that really pissed me off. He went outside and looked at the little thing outside, did whatever he had to do. And then he put some Freon in the air conditioner, I guess. And it's been ice cold in here. Upstairs and everything. It's been like, I could probably put I have it set to like 72. I could probably put it on like 68. And I was freezing here. You mean to tell me all this time that all you had to do, because you're so like scared that, it's going to be something major. So you just keep ignoring it and putting it off. You know what I'm saying? So you mean to tell me that all you had to do was add some Freon and do whatever the fuck niggerig you did outside on this thing, and I could have been cool in here? Like, I'm over it. I'm over it. And that right there lets me know that the hole in the roof is not going to be fixed until the squirrel scratch through it. That lets me know, just like I came home from, and I'm about to get off this subject because this shit is stupid. I came home, this was in January when I was traveling for work, and I came home and my printer paper was wet. I'm like, why is the printer paper wet? Well, it's been raining and there's like a leak in the room. Like it's a shame, because if he would have just fixed the things that I asked him to fix, which, I get, to me, it doesn't seem major, but I guess if you're having, maybe money issues, because I know my neighbor was saying, she thinks he's having money issues. I ain't got shit to do with that. I don't care. This is your property. You need to take care of it. I pay my rent every month on time. I don't want to hear it. You know what I'm saying? So, for him to, if he would have just done the few things that I needed him to do, I would have stayed here. I would have stayed at least another year until I figured out exactly what I wanted to do. Like if I want to purchase, or if, you know what I'm saying? Like if I want to stay in this area, if this, that, and the third. So it's unfortunate. And as you can hear and probably see, like I am so frustrated at the fact that I have to move because this dude is just being negligent, and I can't, and I'm not comfortable in my own home. That's all you ask. That's all I want to ask. That's all I ask for. I want to pay my rent, and I want to be comfortable in my own home. We have been at home, stuck at home for what? 4 months now? 3.5 months? I need to be comfortable in any room that I go in this house, or whatever it is I need to do in this house. I need to be comfortable doing it. And that's all I asked. Like, it's not like I was bugging him. And then he had the nerve to say, you know what? Let me do this. Shut the fuck up. God damn, nigga. He had the nerve to say, you didn't tell me anything about the air conditioning. I didn't know anything about the air conditioning until we got the notice, the letter saying that you were moving. I said, so you mean to tell me you don't remember giving me this damn fan? Shut the fuck up. The award goes to him. Okay. The award goes to this man who literally just sat up here and lied in my face. So boom, got that out the way. Next. So work. So I know you guys have heard me say that I've been really blessed. Like over these last few months of COVID and everything like that, I have been blessed with work. I really haven't done much work. Like I have been so worried every single day. Like it's so I have been literally losing sleep because I'm so worried that I'm going to log on to my work computer the next day and I'm not going to have a job. Like, because I'm like, where is the work? Where is the work? And, my mentor at work, she's just like, you know what? I think you're going to be okay. There's not, it's hard to keep people in the position that you're in. So I think that, out of a lot of people, I think you are going to be one of the people that, is saved if they do decide to start laying people in my department off. They did like this whole layoff across the board. I think it was like 500 or 600 people. But in my department alone, I think it was just maybe a handful. So even still, and being that everything just kind of dried up, it's still been tough because you can only do so much training. You know what I'm saying? Like you can only do it. I was at the point where I was just, it was depressing. I mean, it was, you would think it would be lit that I'm just like over here lollygagging, not doing no work. But for real, it's like I couldn't even really do anything else, like maybe even job hunt or work on my podcast or anything like that. Like I had to do throughout the day, I had to do things that just kept my mind from going to like bad thoughts because I'm so afraid that I'm gonna lose my job. You know what I'm saying? So like I would just literally zone out and listen to music all day. But the whole time I'm sitting in front of my computer, tapping the damn thing so that the computer don't go off, afraid to walk away from the computer because I'm like, what if I miss something? Even when I take my phone, you know what I'm saying? It's like, what if they need me to do anything like right now and I'm just not here? You know what I'm saying? Like all these things because I, just like anybody else, can't afford to lose their job. So it has been crazy. So I was supposed to get some work that was supposed to start mid-August. And then I get a call on Tuesday, last Tuesday from my manager, like, hey, so congratulations, we're gonna move you over to this other product, and yeah, that's that on that. I ain't really got no other information for you. I don't know what or how it's all gonna happen, but I just know that it's gonna happen tomorrow. I'm like, tomorrow? Like, what do you mean? So literally, they have put me in a cohort with with new hires. And it's not just me, it's a bunch of us. They put us in a cohort with new hires for a new product that we have. And I still have the same position per se, but it's going to be different. It's going to be a whole lot different. And I didn't see any of this coming. So it just kind of knocked me off my square. And I'm grateful. Y'all, please, pretty please do not think I am not grateful about this shit, because I am ecstatic. I'm like, bitch, I get to, we could do some training. I get to train some more. I can, I get to learn something new, which is, I had actually inquired about this product when it first came out last year, but they didn't have any positions that were like in my area or whatever. So I'm like, I'm grateful. It's just that it just really knocked me off my square. Like, my pay cycle is changing. I have a new manager who is actually new to the company. So they are like really, trying to engage. And, I'm used to, I'm just hoping that everything goes smooth. Like, I don't need any micromanagement. All I need is for you to, make sure that I have all of the things that I have that I need so that I can do my job. That's it. As a manager, that's all I need from you. I was afraid, same way because this is the third manager I've had in the last 3 years. 3 years? Yeah. Last 3 years. This is the third manager I've had. So, this is the second time that I'm having this like anxiety about a new manager, because you just don't know what they're going to bring, right? You don't know what they're going to, how they're going to be acting. But anyways, I'm grateful. I am so grateful. I am so freaking grateful. The first question though was because I decided to take some time off after this move. I'm like, hey, I put in for a vacation, so how that's gonna work? Like, I know I'm in this cohort and all this, that, and the other, and technically I'm supposed to, go along with them in their training, but put this time in yesterday. So, and it was approved yesterday by my old manager. So, how we gonna do this? And they was like, oh yeah, it's cool, it's all good, yeah, no big deal, whatever. So, thank goodness that all worked out. So yeah, I mean, you get to a point where like I don't mind change. Actually, I embrace change. It's just really hard when it just happens. You know what I'm saying? Like, when it kind of just like, again, knocks you off your square. You like, you have a certain routine. You're doing this, and this, and then, without any notice. Like, at least the other position, like, I was already mentally preparing for it in my head. Like, okay, they said mid-August, let me think. That'll give me, plenty of time to settle in my new place. Let me think of all of the other things that I need to do, that would, take up a little bit of time that I can actually do during the day, so that I can, just kind of be nice and settled and ready when they bring me this new work. And it just didn't happen that way. And I'll be fine. I'm gonna rock that shit. That's just what I do. I'm gonna hop right in. I'm a apply all of the knowledge that I have, and I'm gonna do a damn good job. It's just right now, I'm just like, there's just it was one of the things that just added on to the other two things that I just talked about. So, guess what else? I have a toothache. These are the people that actually, this is an additional shut the fuck up award. So I already hate the dentist. I ain't even gonna go into what happened when I got my wisdom teeth pulled a couple years ago. So I went to the dentist, get my normal cleaning, all this and the other. I have this tooth that's been kind of sensitive. So they do this they do these x-rays or whatever in the dentist's office, and the dentist is like, okay, we see like this dark spot, you know, in your gums on that side where, you know, we're hope there may be some infection there, but we don't know, we don't know if we're going to need to like pull the tooth and put in an implant. And I'm like, damn, y'all really taking this far? Like, you mean to tell me y'all ain't got no antibiotics I can just take for a damn, what? When you say infection, I think antibiotic. You talk about pulling the whole like performing the whole damn surgery. Like, what's going on here? Let's slow down. So they're like, well, we can't figure out we can't see exactly what it is. So we're going to send you over to the oral surgeon and have them do a CAT scan for $250 and see what it is, because we want to just make sure that we're ruling out, anything cancerous. I mean, like, they really, they will lay it on thick. It will really scare you. I'm like, all right, whatever. Go over there, get the CAT scan. Days have passed and I ain't heard nothing. Now I am a no news is good news type of girl, but I'm like, my tooth still hurt. Like, does anybody like? Did y'all get the part where I said my tooth still hurt? So I call them back. Like, a week went by. I call them. We gonna have so and so call you back. Da da da. They've been really busy. I don't care. I don't need to know that y'all been busy because of COVID. I don't want to hear any of this. Just tell me when they gonna call me back. Let me know what it is I need to do. I'm already scared. I already hate y'all. So what are we doing? So they never. Oh yeah, they did. They called me back finally. Like, it was probably like 2 days later. And basically was like, oh, we thought the dentist office was gonna call. Da 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 da. It was like me playing phone tag back and forth. But anyway, the oral surgeon called back and was like, well, you don't have anything to worry about. This is some condition that we see in African American females over time, and it's nothing. Basically, you're good. It's just going to be there, just a spot, I guess. I mean, none of that made any sense to me. I probably need to look at my email because they sent over like whatever the diagnosis was, and I probably need to like Google it and just make sure that I'm not going to wake up tomorrow without any teeth or a mouth or jaws or whatever. But I'm like, okay, that's great. But can anybody tell me why my tooth is hurting? Y'all know this dude gonna say, oh, you're in pain? What do you mean? I don't know nobody that just go to the dentist. I'm gonna keep it real. Like, I don't know nobody that just be like, oh, all right, 6 months. I'm gonna go get my teeth clean. I mean, maybe a few people. but for real, like, come on, bro. And I am afraid of the dentist. Like, I am so scared of the dentist. Like, I hate them. So all of that happened over like a 2-week period. So now they're saying, all right, we're going to send you to this whoever the hell dentist that is going to do like, a consultation and look to see exactly what's going on. And I'm probably going to have a root canal. I'm like, so we gonna go straight to a root canal and not even think about like a cap, or like, because it's sensitive, like I'm having some sensitivity there. Like, I mean, so I'll talk to them when I get there. But anyway, they can all shut the fuck up too. I hate them. And just like that, I'm like 45 minutes in. So I actually had, I went on like all of these rants. I actually had a topic, but I guess I'm 45 minutes in, so I'm not gonna go into the topic. I feel a little bit better. I appreciate y'all for listening. I hate that I didn't really have any like funny or like decent, type of news this time around. Like maybe I don't know. Maybe I'll drop another episode too. Maybe I'll do 2 episodes this week. We'll see. In the meantime, if you have not followed me on all of the social platforms, Instagram, Autumn the Aries, Twitter, Autumn the Aries, YouTube, Autumn the Aries. Please follow me on YouTube, guys. My Facebook fan page is Lit Life Podcast. When I go live on Facebook, I go live from that page. What else? Where else came from? I just made like a pod chaser account. So that's cool. If you are listening to this, or if you have a Podchaser account, or if you're another podcaster that's listening to this that has Podchaser, please go in and write a review. I'd appreciate it. Yeah, I think that's it. So follow me. I have some really exciting things coming up. Like I ain't gonna say what it is right this minute, but I have like some exciting things coming up. And I'm so happy about them. So, but y'all gotta follow me. Y'all gotta, make sure that y'all plugging in on whatever platform that, whatever your social media platform is of choice. Make sure you follow me there. And yeah, I think that's it. So I appreciate y'all again, and again, I'm sorry if I, broke down a little bit and all this, but I really appreciate y'all being here for me, and listening to me and keeping me going. So until you hear me again, peace.